Hello, this is cjhoyle, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing the RIDEIWAKE RSS. This is a product which combines a GPS bike computer with a front bike light and a heart rate monitor. This product was provided to me free of charge in exchange for an honest YouTube review. All of the opinions expressed in this video are entirely my own. Included inside the box there is a user manual, the device itself, a micro USB charging cable, a bracket for mounting it on the handlebars, and a separate remote module which includes a PPG heart rate sensor. Both the device and the separate remote module can be charged using the same micro USB cable. Installing them onto the bike is tool-free and easy to do. There are two different sizes of rubber pads which can be switched depending on the diameter of your handlebars. The bracket gets screwed on near the middle of the handlebars and the device slides on and locks in place. The separate remote module gets attached with a Velcro strap, ideally in a spot where you can reach it with your thumb. The body is made out of aluminum and the device feels sturdy and well built. The product is IP66 rated, which means it should be suitable for using in the rain. On the top face there's a color screen with 3 buttons. On the back panel there are 2 more buttons. The front face has the 2 built-in LED headlights. One of the lights has a wide-angle lens, while the other has a beam which is more tightly focused. The device is powered on by holding down the middle button for a full 3 seconds. You can customize the welcome screen to say anything you want. The device gives you plenty of information fields and they're spread across 2 screens. In addition to reporting on the data that's fed from the GPS, this device also has a built-in air temperature sensor, which is a neat feature. There's also a menu screen with a few configuration options and additional features. Although the device is able to tell you your current longitude and latitude coordinates, it doesn't contain any actual mapping features. So in other words, there's no way for you to use this device for navigation or even to give you a visualization of the path you've ridden. It just simply reports on speed, distance, and heart rate type data. Each of the 2 lights have 4 brightness levels and they can be controlled individually. There are also 3 different flashing patterns that the light is able to execute. There's also an interesting feature included called Intelligent Brightness Mode, which will increase or decrease the brightness of the lights based on your current speed. This doesn't exactly provide any practical benefit, but as the user manual says, this feature greatly increases riding fun and save battery power. Once the heart rate sensor has been paired with the device, it can be activated by holding down the button which has the heart symbol on it. Place your thumb over the green light and wait for about 10 seconds to see your heart rate on the screen. So because I've been demonstrating this indoors, the device isn't able to pick up any satellites. But when I take it outside, I can watch the bar along the top fill up, which indicates the signal strength. Once it's ready to go, I can press the button on the left and it will start tracking. While you're riding, your current speed is displayed at the top, along with many other data fields. If you activated the heart rate sensor, you can place your thumb over it while riding to check your heart rate at any point. The data from each ride gets stored onto the device, so you can review the history of your previous trips. So now that I've provided a basic demo on this product, I'll provide some of my opinions on it. In terms of the hardware, this feels like a well-built product for the most part. It's quite heavy and feels like it has a sturdy construction. According to the user manual, the product is supposed to be able to withstand a 1-meter drop, which is something that I unintentionally had the opportunity to test. As you can see, the device survived when I accidentally dropped it, and the only damage it sustained was this minor dent. Something which is not well built, however, is this plastic shoe, which holds it to the handlebar bracket. After having used it only a few times, I noticed that one of the points where the plastic is screwed to the body had failed. Hopefully this is something that the company will be able to resolve. I've been quite pleased with how bright the headlights are, and I've filmed a few clips to illustrate. In this first clip I'm riding down a residential street with no lights turned on. In this next clip I'm riding with both headlights set at full brightness. In this split screen you can see a comparison of both lights at full brightness compared to the wide angle light and the tight focus light used by themselves. This device has quite a large battery, so even at full brightness the lights can last for a pretty long time. I've also done some testing of the accuracy of the GPS on this device by recording a trip using it and also recording the same trip using my old handheld Garmin GPS device as well as the Strava app installed on my smartphone. The numbers provided from the 3 devices were each a bit different, but the RIDEIWAKE is certainly within the same ballpark as the others. My handheld Garmin GPS device also has heart rate functionality, and that's provided by a separate heart rate sensor accessory. So here you can see a side-by-side comparison of the two devices both measuring my heart rate. The two numbers are never exactly the same, but again, they seem to be in the same ballpark. The numbers on the RIDEIWAKE device seem to jump around a lot more, so I have less confidence in them. I didn't have very many opportunities to test this feature since it's currently winter, and therefore I'm normally wearing my winter gloves when I'm riding. That's an important limitation to keep in mind with a PPG heart rate sensor like this. So aside from the faulty plastic piece that I talked about earlier, I feel that this company has done a fairly good job with the hardware on this device. My main criticism, however, is of the programming of the firmware that's on it. First of all, I don't find it very user-friendly. When a product has a nice big screen like this and buttons that you can use to navigate through different menus, you'd expect it would be pretty easy to use. However, a large amount of the features were hidden away, and the only way you could possibly know about them was if you had read the manual and memorized it. For example, I mentioned that the device includes an intelligent brightness mode for the headlights. Now, intuitively, you might expect this would be the sort of thing that you could activate within the configuration menu. So if you go there, you'll see that there is in fact something which is called brightness, but when you try to adjust it, you'll find out that this is just a way for controlling the brightness of the LCD screen. The actual way to activate this intelligent brightness mode is to first turn on the lights, and then hold down this button on the left for a full 2 seconds. Things like this are not very intuitive in my opinion, and they really aren't taking very much advantage of the device's built-in display screen. The English user manual for this product is also very poorly written, which makes figuring out how to access the hidden features even more frustrating. To give another example of this, there's a feature described in the manual called flashlight mode, which it says is accessed by long pressing the negative or positive buttons. On another page of the manual, there's another feature described which is called one-click response, which supposedly is also accessed by long pressing either the negative or positive buttons. How can two different features be triggered from exactly the same button inputs? In general, I really don't like the programming of the lights. If they're going to give the user 4 different brightness options for each of the 2 lights, they should include some kind of an indicator on the screen to tell the user which brightness level is currently set. I always find it annoying when I'm trying to set the light to its maximum brightness mode and I'm tapping the button to increase the brightness, but I'm never really sure whether I'm there or not, so oftentimes I press it one too many times and it goes right past that maximum brightness that I'm looking for. I'm also not a fan of any of the different flashing patterns that this light includes. The first function is called SOS mode, which flashes the Morse code symbol for the letters SOS. Call me old-fashioned, but isn't the SOS signal supposed to be reserved for a true emergency situation? The second function is a strobe light, which I find really uncomfortable to look at. The third function is a really slow flashing pattern, which I feel is too slow to provide adequate visibility for a bike. I feel that this device is missing a traditional flashing pattern like this one, which is standard on most bike lights, and it's what I see most other riders on the road using. So although the hardware of this product seems not bad, my opinion is that they've really missed the mark when it came to programming the firmware for it. That being said, I have provided lots of feedback to my contact at the company, and I'm hopeful that they'll be able to make some improvements to their firmware because of it. Unfortunately, however, I was told that there's no way for a user to update their own firmware, so I'll be stuck forever with the version of the software that was shipped with my device. Anyway, I hope you found this product review helpful. Thank you to RIDEIWAKE for sending me this product to review, and thanks for watching.